McGregor is a cool little town just outside of Waco that's got a very small town feel to it. Make sure we have 4 bedrooms.
A nice kitchen that looks out into the living room. Lots of trees.
Yeah, maybe a pool.
That would be awesome.
We've got an all-in budget of $450,000.
It's gonna be good to see Chip again.
I knew that y'all were fraternity brothers. It's gonna be fun.
His older brother Wallace was like the president of our fraternity back in the day. I'm really looking forward to introducing y'all.
It'll be fun. I'm excited to meet them.
Hi guys, wait, which 110? We have a stop to make, but look at that. We are in the area that is calling for severe thunderstorms, but it wasn't supposed to be till this afternoon. Well, dog poop on the sidewalk. It's just after 10:30 here. Yeah, hubby's going for lunch.
New restaurant, LCBO.
Yeah, we're going into the Liquor Control Board of Ontario.
Oh, like come back often.
He does have a sense of humor. So, just thought I'd show you. Talk to you in a bit. It's raining. We're going to get wet.
Not much.
So 0 minutes for the bus. So he better be down there. Had some thunder. There's all the stores here. I don't see any bus over there. It's an invisible bus.
Left is early.
Lovely. We are experiencing a time stop so we can maintain the schedule. That's such bullshit. Well, I hope it passes. This reminds me of when we were doing construction cleanup at the United Emirates. Every time we went outside the awning, it poured. We went back under and it let off. We go out, it was like it knew. Where's that bus? Hi guys, which 110 here? Sunny day in Ottawa. They're still calling for thunderstorms at some point this afternoon to be possible. It is currently 98 degrees Fahrenheit here. Only just a couple hours ago, we were at 91. That is with the humidex, and with the further humidex this afternoon, it is going to feel like 102 here. Hubby and I sat out on the balcony earlier, got some red on my legs, but it just got too hot. And I noticed on my plant, is it still there? You see? I don't know what type of bug that is. But it's kind of spiky. I've just left it alone. This is the mint. Hubby's sleeping inside. I watered that plant. I watered those ones. Ouch. Hitting the stool. That's right. But yeah, I did suggest going to the farm about 10:30. Somebody's pillow. But he said no, it's just too hot. We do actually have backpacks. Forgotten about them, that you can put water in and carry with you. The time we bought them, we actually bought ice cubes and put ice cubes in both. And then that's when we were going to Britannia Lake, or Britannia Conservation, which is Mud Lake. So we used them, I think, once or twice. Made sure that they were well dry on the inside. And they've been sitting in our closet ever since. So, forgetting about it, but remembering that. Is that if we did want to go out early in the morning next weekend, we could use those if it's going to be hot like this. He's inside sleeping. The cats are all crashed out. He actually bought the fan out here for a bit and he had that open and he had the fan. He said it was cool in there. I'll take his word for it. But my legs are itchy now from where they got sunburned. And that was just sitting here, enjoying the outside. Yeah, it's hot and hazy. The rain that we got yesterday, that I'm attaching to the beginning of this video, did nothing at all. And unfortunately, that's likely, for the most part, what happens here, is that we get the threat of rain or a thunderstorm comes over, maybe 15-20 minutes, and that's it. That's all. Hubby was noticing that townhouses across the street, that nobody uses them, even though they put stuff out on them. I mean, they both have umbrellas. Big tow truck. He said he'd be using them. We haven't used our balcony too much because of the pigeon poop. But definitely will be using it more now. He's gotten rid of most of it. The pigeons like to hang out there because the cats can't see them. So when they're here, the cats do notice them. So it's still a bit I have to scrape off again. But yeah, so it is warm, to say the least. Not too many people out at all. I told hubby if they ever had those across the street for rent, that we could always look in and see what the price is for that. And then tell them what we can afford. I imagine there'd be a few hundred in between. That would be I don't think so, but you never know unless you try, right? The cats would definitely have a ball. They'd be running up and down the stairs and just going ballistic. But that'd be good because it'd tire them out easier, and we wouldn't have to worry about people below us. That would be a nice thing. So, but you don't usually see people out on those balconies either. Like, they have stuff there. One of them did have a barbecue at one time. So, we've just been staying close to home. We feel better. Yesterday our arms definitely were a lot better. We came home Friday apparently we look like shit, so I was like, okay, just do a fast whip around of the garbage and then go home, we were told. So that's what we did. We came home, I think we had something to eat, and then we went to sleep, or we went to sleep and then we ate. I can't remember. But at some point we did make a trek to the mall to get a couple of things, and then came home, and basically it was just sleep. That's all. So we're guessing it's, yeah, that's a real redneck truck. He's even got the flag, as you've seen. So I'm guessing the second shot that we're gonna get is probably gonna be about the same. I'm hoping that hubby has a better experience with a better organized place the second time. This first time around, the shoppers he went to was extremely disorganized. They couldn't get into the system. People were butting in line. It was a half an hour at least before after his appointed time, that he got his shot. And unfortunately, as I said, he can't change it to our location, so. But I feel good once we get the second one. But we know this time that we're not going to attempt to go to work the next day. We are going to keep our butts at home. Don't try and be the I'm tough enough to do it and go in. Just be smart and stay home and rest. And I think the second time he'll likely sit for the 15 minutes. Nobody told him to. They just told him he could go after he had it. And I think that's why once he got home, he felt nauseous, because he was moving around. I sat for the 15. But mind you, I did start to feel nauseous an hour after. But that's it. Oh, little cutie. Wow, that's red. Ooh, that's red. Now, we're not seeing the classic cars going by either like we normally do, because there's really, right now, no place where they can congregate. Went to Dollarama, wanted some towels. They are closed. Oh, CTV, that's one of our news networks, was closed off, so we couldn't go and get any towels. Crafting was closed off. What was confusing to me was the stuff for the garden. Although some of it had notes on it that you couldn't buy it, there wasn't string all the way across, so it looked like you could, in my view, I could buy the stuff like this. But other stuff, like the pots, had a sign on them, you couldn't buy them. It's just such a mishmash of confusion in the dollar store. And as I've said before, I still don't understand it. If people are allowed to go into the store to buy other items and they're perusing the aisles, why not just have the whole store? To me, there's no difference. There really isn't. But, you know, what can you say? So I think we're like this for another couple of weeks, at least. So, ooh, a newfangled Starsky and Hutch car. So it is frustrating when you see how it's segmented and that it doesn't make sense. At least to me, it doesn't make sense. But just keep waiting. The only place where you can get plants and earth and the tchotchkes for your garden without worrying if you can or you can't is at that Loblaws place, which I was thinking of going to today, but I don't think so, not with this heat. If we do go out to Loblaws, it'll be later when the sun goes down a bit, if at all. that will go. But yeah, that's it. Lots of gray and white cars in that one. There was one time last year, the year before, we were waiting for the bus at Preston and Carling, and there were 7 or 8 different shades of gray cars in line waiting for the light to change. Bell 5. That was hilarious. Well, it doesn't really look like we're going to get anything yet, but it's still early. I believe it's not that far past 12, maybe 12:30 by now. So, you know, it's nice to see the different color cars that are coming out now. Ooh, that's an old one. There's one in our neighborhood somewhere that's salmon. And then there are some that don't have that glitter to them anymore. To me, it reminds me of a pencil crayon. It's shiny, but there's not the speckles in it. I've seen that becoming very popular lately, too. Of course, now I'm thinking, what are we going to have for dinner? I could walk down to McDonald's. I had one of their raspberry slushies the other day. It was good. It's too hot for anything milk-wise. Hubby especially now has to start watching what he's eating and drinking because of the heat. So there's some foods that are definitely going to be totally off limits to him now. And I'll have to start watching because I noticed that my body is changing with how it reacts to different things now that I've gotten older. So hit and miss, hit and miss. Those two almost look like the same. Oh, there's one of those share cars. I'm surprised they still have those out. You must do a thorough cleaning of them, because you can't leave it to the person that last used it to do it, that's for sure. And we're seeing the motorized scooters back out and around town. They start really at Preston and Carling, where the park is. Oh, tell me, what the heck? I think that's a cormorant. Because it's not a turkey vulture. Cormorant's kind of lost. He needs to go a little further down that way. Usually in the morning we see 2 of them flying over the street at Preston going towards the lake. There is a nice breeze. But that's about it for now. Nothing interesting. Oh, it was a great time at Misfits and Dreamers last night with the trivia. Although I sucked at it this time. But anyways. My YouTube family, thank you for coming by to see what the temperature and the weather's like here. The bear has arisen from his sleep. You're always appreciated. Anybody new coming through to see what's what in Ottawa? Check out my other videos. Anything you find that you like, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Share any of my videos out that you think someone would be interested in. While you're here, consider subscribing, and if you do, click the notification bell so you'll know the next time that I upload. And until the next time, ciao for now.